Welcome everyone to the L7C podcast Dragon Ball edition. Today we are back talking some Dragon Ball. This is continuation, sort of the live stream that we just had this last week during the Genki Dama event. So we have the Dragon Ball expert with us, Mr. Mitch Oso. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great as always. How about yourself?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking. So, yeah, we've had almost a week now just to think about the event that we did a live stream on last week. And again, thank you for everyone who tuned in during the live stream and talking throughout the chat time. That was really fun. So, this Mitch is just really just now we've had some time to marinate and think about some of the announcements that have happened and seeing some of the fan reaction and things like that. And just to talk about how are you feeling now post the event? We'll start off with the first thing about finally the Galactic Patrol arc is in production.
Yeah, but pretty exciting stuff, Anime's returning, new video game announced, and a remake of Battle of Gods was the main things that people gravitated towards for it. And obviously the biggest news with the Galactic Patrol arc returning, the anime returning for Super. Oh man, something to get the fan base going, excited, and comes out in 2027, and I'm along. I'm with everybody else. This is an exciting time, and stinks that we got to wait a year, but I mean, uh, not it's not that bad. You know what I mean? At least now we know we're not sitting here like we have been for months and years, waiting if they would even announce it. And here we are with our wishes coming true. So. Good time. Good time, man. I'm excited.
So let's start with the thing that we didn't actually get to talk about live because we ended the stream was the Battle of Gods remake that's actually supposed to be starting this year in
Yeah, and fall.
2026 in
Fall
fall,
20.
so probably the October time usual time frame. It's supposed to be 6 episodes. Mitch, are you excited for this at all? Because for us, this is the fourth retelling of Battle of Gods.
Uh, I wouldn't sit here and say that I'm like, excited like I'm shaking with the excitement for this to come. It's not like the Galactic Patrol arc that's coming. Um, but I'll take any rehashings that they would like in making the at least the animation better. Any new Dragon Ball content that's an improvement, I'll take. I would say I am more curious if it's going to be a faithful adaptation to what Battle of Gods was and to what like even the anime and the manga did, or I'm curious if they're going to make any retcons to it because of Daima, or just anything that they might think is a plot inconsistency within Super. I'm just curious if they're going to fix anything or correct anything or change anything. So that's if they're not changing anything, then it's like, okay, thanks for this appetizer to hold me over until 2027. But if we find out that they're actually changing some things for the canon, then that's whenever I'll start getting excited again.
Yeah, I don't know because I was just like, dang, man, the fourth time we already saw the movie, the very first thing. We've read the manga, we've seen it in the show, so I'm like, a fourth time, really? Like, especially if the first one of the first two things. And Mitch, there's a lot of fans who think that every part of Super is like confirmed to be getting remade, and I don't know where they're getting that from. As of today, Battle of Gods is the only confirmed enhanced showing what they're calling it, Dragon Ball Super Beerus.
Right.
So I don't
Yeah,
know where this
everyone.
rumor's coming from.
Yeah, I'm not sure where people are getting that from. I haven't seen it. I've only seen just Battle of Gods getting the work because I mean from what the anime originally did back in the day, it kind of needed it. But
Hmm
But yeah, I have not. So if they want to try to give all of this makeover to Super, sweet, awesome. Like I said, I'll take any Dragon Ball content, but I think it's just Battle of Gods, at least at the moment. Maybe if, if they think that it's once they see Battle of Gods and they think, okay, this is worth it, maybe they will. But I just can't see them just pulling the trigger for all of Super with the Galactic Patrol coming in like in 2027 because I mean if you were going to redo Super, I feel like you would want to redo it all before you got to the Galactic Patrol arc. So, and I don't think we'll be seeing any sort of rehashings of the Tournament of Power anytime soon. So,
Yeah, that's what I agree. I think it's a wait and see type thing because I'm like, and of course, everyone has, I don't know where is Alfred was like, oh, this is 6 episodes. So then they're going to do Resurrection F. That's going to be, and that would be the third telling of that saga if that was the thing. So I'm not really a fan of the idea of, I know before we even watched the event, there was the big rumor like, oh, they're redoing Super. They're doing all that. And I guess to a slight degree, it's right with the Beerus thing, but I don't know. I wouldn't be a fan of that because it's like, are you saying you're gonna basically make Dragon Ball Super Kai and that's gonna hold us till Moro comes out? Like, I don't think that's really worth it. Like, oh, you're gonna add, let's just say, for example, the Goku Black arc. Are we? Am I really gonna have to sit here and rewatch that entire arc just because you finally want to do like the manga version and Vegeta's going from blue to red during the fight?
right.
Or do I really? I don't. Do I really want to sit through the Tournament of Power again and this time for the if they're doing the manga version, I really want to see Master Roshi somehow just dodging Jiren.
Yeah,
Like the Gohan versus Kefla thing, okay, maybe that would be kind of cool, but I don't need to see Master Roshi dodging Jiren. Like I don't think all that effort warrants that. Like for a second, I thought this Dragon Ball Super Beerus thing was just Battle of God through Beerus's eyes. Like that's what I
right.
thought it was,
hmm
but I just don't think that's.
I actually thought it was just going to be an origin,
I did too. For a
like
second,
from the
yeah.
start, like how Beerus was immortal and then he got like selected for, God of Destruction Hood. That's what I thought it was. So, and that's what I honestly I would rather have. I think that'd be sweet, but you know, they got their own agenda.
They do. They do. So we'll see how that goes. That's in fall, 6 episodes, so we'll be able to talk about like the differences of God, the fourth time telling this, so we'll be able to see the differences in that. So then now Moro is coming. Like that is exciting. People are talking about some of their scenes they're excited to see animated. Obviously, Goku training with Beerus, Vegeta learning Force Spirit Fishing. What are you most excited for seeing now that you know that Moro's actually coming?
I want to see the voice actor.
Okay. Okay.
I think, we were, at least I was real excited just to, hear like the English voice actor for Jiren. And, we got it in the video games before we got it in the show. So it's
Yes.
just another avenue for you to try to, you know, get the listening in on that. So I'm always excited because, just, you got your own voice in your head or, your own imagination of his demeanor or how he sounds, how he delivers lines, and for the most part, when you actually get one of these talented voice actors, then you realize that you ain't got shit on them, and they just deliver a performance so overwhelming. So I'm excited, especially since Moro was so well received.
Yeah.
Um, it'll be. I hope they nail it on the head with that one. That's what I'm excited for.
I
In
think
terms
Beerus's
of
voice is important too, because I wonder who, like, I hear Beerus as like a calmer, like, I don't want to say like a Whis voice, but like, I want to know who voices Beerus.
right, but in terms of like specific scenes, I'm curious um of how much are they going to be as gruesome when Moro stabs Goku?
Mm,
Because I'm curious if they're going to actually show that on television.
that's a good one.
I like back in they didn't have a problem with that whenever, Dr. Zero just absolutely obliterated Yamcha. So, but that was also in, 1995. We're 30 years past that. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do in today's age, but
Yeah, that's a real good point. I don't know what they'll that because that scene's very important because I mean it leads to one of my favorite super manga panels when all of them are down because you're like, oh, this is really bad.
oh yeah.
So I can't wait to see that. Like I can't wait to see. Obviously, we see Oob and the end of that. Like,
I hope they flesh out like why Moro hates like the gods specifically.
hmm
Like because it just goes back to like the only people who had beef with the gods were the people in the demon realm.
yeah,
And we got that, specifically handed to us in Daima.
right.
And we had a little bit of that with Majin Buu, and it's like um there's just these connections with the demon realm, but like like Beer or Frieza knew of Beerus but never messed with like so it's just I would I hope the story just gets slightly more fleshed out aside from just Moro just being a bad guy, just bad. We have a bad guy with Frieza, just straight evil. I just want some reason, like maybe he got passed over for God of Destruction, because that used to be a thing in which we, or at least I did, I mentioned like what could Moro's like origin have been? Maybe he came from
hmm
the demon realm. He is a goat. And I remember saying like if you ever played, the Doom series, for example, like, you know,
hmm
goats and Satan and demons and shit, it all lines up. But I digress. So yeah, in terms of the scenes, yeah, I want to see the gore stuff, but then I just want to see a little more fleshed out. So
Fair enough.
more,
Other big thing too that we were able to talk about live during was the official name hasn't come out, but Dragon Ball Age 1000, the new video game. More info is going to be coming throughout the year. Battle Hour and their little tour. It's supposed to come out in 2027. We don't know anything except for this character is an original character made by Toriyama. I mean, a lot of people are saying that it is going to be Xenoverse 3, and there's gonna, when the official name comes out. I don't disagree with them. I'm at the point in my life where I just want to confirm. I don't want to make any speculations or rumors.
right?
What are your thoughts on 1000 and a new somehow Toriyama's been gone for a while, but somehow it's still a new original character from Toriyama about to take center stage.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I'm excited for the new character. I'm excited for, the possibility of, I guess, like, I don't want to say a spin-off, because I just don't imagine that that game will not have the story in which we all like know.
hmm
Like, I just can't imagine that a spin-off game would go that far away from the established lore since no other video game aside from like Xenoverse has, but even
hmm
Xenoverse incorporates the main story. It would just be it'd just be interesting. As for like, Toriyama's like original work, um I ponder how true that is,
hmm
but I mean it's just like it because they've been saying that they've been working on this for like years. I'm like how much was this guy like really putting? Because he had Daima on his mind. He had this Age 1000. He was still working on the Super manga at the time. And I almost have this pessimistic, kind of viewpoint that probably has no backing to it, but it's just like, are we just saying that so then like we don't get the fan base riled up? Like, do they have a fear that like the fan base is not going to be accepting of whoever takes hold of this franchise, whether it even be like Toyotaro or whoever, Shueisha, blah blah blah. Like, and I just wonder if they're just slapping the original character by Toriyama just to kind of, you know, keep everyone just chill and relax and excited. So I don't know. That's just me. I got nothing to suggest that is true. It's just how I feel. But no, in terms of the game, yeah, I'm excited for a new game that's kind of a spin-off. It does seem like it should be like a Xenoverse 3
Yeah.
kind of thing. Just it's a created character and the game takes place like 150, however many years it is in the future. So that'd be sweet. But on the flip side, I enjoy everyone talking that, that's the child of Broly and like Chile, and
Mhm.
apparently Beerus got the shaft and didn't win that that courting of Chile, and Broly won it. But I digress. So
Look, you mentioned his name before I go to the other thing. He's really the last. He did not really get mentioned at all, and that still bothers me. Torotaro, as he was basically the main writer for Super Pass, like Tournament of Power. Like he's been the main dude for real. And from watching the live stream, we watched the first 2 hours of it, and even the stuff after, he was not mentioned, and he wasn't there, and that does bother me because
yeah,
the manga was
because
the only thing that wasn't talked about.
right, and who knows? Maybe I'd almost wonder if he even has any say or any workings on the anime. Like
Mm,
maybe he's still working on a manga. Maybe that's just his thing, and he's just grinding at it. But they're just like, no, we're not going to release a manga until like we get through, you know, the granola arc, right? And then
right.
they'll go on another hiatus for the anime for like 2 years, 3 years, whatever, and then we get manga, anime, manga, anime, manga, anime, but they won't do it at the same time, like what they were doing. So, but I
That's a
hope
good point.
I hope they haven't shafted them. But I mean, I don't get I don't. Um, it is
Uh,
2026, and corporations are absolutely greedy, and they will, you know, they'll milk you for all the money you can while also trying to save any penny that they can, or just keep all the creative control, you know, under somebody who they think that is better. Who knows? Maybe the higher ups at like Toei Animation or whoever, maybe they didn't think highly of Toritaro, and Toriyama was the only one, and now it's like who knows?
yeah,
Be
it's
a
real
crush ship.
interesting because obviously we've been waiting for the stuff to get animated, but obviously one of the probably real thing that 99.9% of the fans want to know is past the granola superhero arc. We want to know what's going on with Black Frieza, and the only way we're going to know is through the manga.
Right.
Like we want to know. Like it's been so many years since Black Frieza. I mean, since Frieza first off came out of nowhere in the Granola arc, and we've been asking for him that whole arc because obviously he was a big component. Comes in the last chapter, kills the main villain Gas, shows off Black Frieza, one taps MUI and Ultra Ego, leaves. we don't. And after he revealed that he found a hyperbolic time chamber, which also caused the thing like, oh, there's other hyperbolic time chambers. That's a problem. That is the like new stuff because obviously the Moro arc we're excited, but you and I, people who've read the manga, we know how that ends. Granola arc, we know how that ends. Black Frieza, we don't know anything about that. So I mean, I feel
Right.
like that announcement would be like every month would be like, oh, this is new stuff because where's this going? Where's he doing? Like, so I just wish they would have given an update on the manga. They didn't even mention it, honestly.
Yeah. Maybe they just didn't want to put too much out there.
Hmm.
I mean, the news that they did share was, internet breaking, so
Hmm.
it's like they could just keep their focus on the anime, and then when the time comes, and everyone's like, yeah, this franchise is getting stale. Yeah, we're getting bored. What's going on? Then they can just, throw out, oh, the manga returns in summer of 29 and, you know, keep everybody excited. But
And then another announcement that honestly I think had the best presentation, really stole the show, was Sparking Zero. Obviously, they talked a little bit about all the games in passing. Like, oh, this DLC's out, this is out. We'll talk more about it in Battle Hour. Sparking Zero went absolutely crazy. They got on. They're like, here's a 1 minute trailer. We have all this new stuff coming. We have a new update coming the day after this event. And then, oh, on YouTube, we have a longer extended 5 minute video about all the stuff coming. We have a roadmap of how we're going to get to this DLC in the summer. I think they personally stole the show at the event.
yeah. Yeah, that trailer was pretty amazing, with all the different additions that were coming
Hmm.
into the game itself, and surprising as like when we were trying to slow down the trailer there
Hmm.
afterwards. I'm still curious of what that one mystery character is
That pulls up on. A
with
lot of people
Goku.
are saying Devilman, but I'm like, why is Devilman pulling up on Goku Black?
I feel like if it was Devilman, they would not have, like, I don't want to say like hid like so much, because I mean, if it really was Devilman, I don't think people are going to like pull out the checkbook and just, throw all the money at it. But like, I'd hope that it would be, a special Easter egg for a different, or even like an original character of some sort. But who knows?
Right. Because obviously the free update that they had that came out right was Mission 100, where you have the 100 missions, you go through them like the old Budokai Tenkaichi games. The spring free update they're doing is the survival mode where you fight till you drop. And then the summer is the super big update, adding costumes, adding alternate moves. You having double moves. Obviously, like you see the Goku Vegeta move they did on Broly. You see Gohan doing his finishing Kamehameha he did on Bojack, adding characters we saw in the trailer: Pycon, Bardock Super Saiyan 1, Super 17, Demon King Piccolo, Grandpa Gohan, man, Chomp, like a whole bunch of them, probably more too. So they have their roadmap. That was really, really good. They're giving out free stuff. They're taking hold of the fan base, and it was a good they're obviously the manga is the one that took the world by storm because you saw everyone like all the media, Twitters and all of that who do films and stuff talking about Super being back. But in terms of presentation and straight to the point, Sparking Zero's one was the best. I felt like the manga one dragged on way too long. Not
Right.
the manga, the anime returning, I'm sorry. That one dragged
Yeah.
on way too long.
Yeah, that had way too much talking of unnecessary bullshit at the beginning. But yeah, the Sparking Zero was right to the point. It was nice, actually.
Right to the point. And obviously now they have the tour that they'll be doing in the United States. They'll be going in a couple places. They have Battle Hour in April. And really, Mitch, because again, you can watch our live stream for our live reactions. This is just a little thing post. live stream. What would you rate the event out of 10?
Um, I'd probably give it a nine, like 8 or 9, like 9. Just because I mean, if all they did was just say that the anime was coming back, I'd still give it a 9 just off of that.
Yeah,
Like, because the anime being missing for all of these years,
8 years.
8 years, and now it comes back, that alone is all I needed. Like
Hmm.
that could have been a 10. Um, I give it a 9 just because it was a pretty great event. The only reason why I give it a 10 is just because, I mean, like the unnecessary talking at the beginning there to kind of get people hyped up. That photo op, it's like, come on, you got people around the world trying to watch stuff. Like, what are we doing here? We don't care about this. Or it's the fact that like after we got off air from our live chat, and then they announced the Beerus stuff, the event was still going on, if I
Hmm.
recall, for like
Yeah.
hours afterwards, and the like nothing that I cared about was really came out after that. So I could technically give it a 10, but I'm just gonna say a 9 because it's like sometimes just get me to don't waste my time. But I'm being picky there. I could probably give it a 10. So that's me though.
Yeah, I would give it around an 8. Obviously, this was one of the biggest things. This was a live stream for the United States on Saturday night, and the amount of channels that were doing the same thing as us, like live streaming it, talking about it live. I mean, you got thousands of people on a Saturday night sitting at their computers watching it, and then as soon as you announced and dropped the promotional poster of Goku and Vegeta for the Moro arc, I mean, it was one of the top trending things in the world while a UFC event was going, while so many different things were going on.
Right.
So the only thing that would have made it a 10 for me again is just like just a hint of the manga, like, hey, the manga's still in development, Toriyotaro's still doing that. Like the fact you don't mention them, that was just me being picky. But they did a lot of cool stuff. Like the Sparking Zero stuff was amazing. That video they did, that I can't believe Toei shelled the money for Hans Zimmer. Like that was absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
But no, it was one of the biggest events they've ever had in their history, and I think they did deliver on that. It's got everyone talking about the future of Dragon Ball, all the channels that were quiet for all these years waiting for anything Dragon Ball related. Now they're all talking now, talking about the arcs, talking about how the pacing of the Moro arc will be. Again, Dragon Ball is now like officially back.
Yep.
So,
Feels
Mitch,
good, man. Feels
yeah, it
good.
does. Anything else?
A few things.
Yeah.
It seems that I don't know. Good news and bad news.
Hmm.
Bad news. We got people who were, voice actors, who have recently passed.
Hmm.
Seems like this is more and more common, like recently. That now, granted, I mean, all of these voice actors from all different, languages, are all famous in their own right. So,
Hmm.
like, but the and I'm going to butcher names, so apologies to the greats for me not being able to speak um, correctly. But we had the passing of Kozo uh, Shioya, maybe.
Hmm.
He was a Japanese voice actor for Majin Buu.
Hmm.
He passed away at the age of 70. And then another one. Um, Stefan Gosler, Gosler, yeah, Gosler. He was a German voice actor for Cell. Also passed away at the age of 70. So rest in peace to both of them and prayers to the family as well. We're getting to that age where it's like, you know, these guys, they did their voice acting 30 years ago. So like in both of these examples, these gentlemen, they were 40, whenever they were doing all these recordings. So it's a testament to how long this franchise has been going on. And just goes to show how time flies, and yeah, I'm getting old now. And now that's that. Just me, just saying thank you for their contributions. But on the flip side, the good or the fun news, uh, we are recording this on January 29th, Thursday, and today is the 19. Yes. No. Oh my gosh. 29? Oh my gosh, I can't even do this math. This is ridiculous. The 29-year anniversary of Dragon Ball GT when Goku transformed into the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. So, yeah, happy birthday, Super Saiyan 4. You know, so
That is kind of crazy. That it is 29 years since that moment in GT, and still to this day, one of, if not the most beloved Saiyan transformations of all time. It was so beloved they had to remake it and put it in a different series. So,
right.
no, and then with the voice actors, yeah, it's kind of crazy
But
that people are passing away, like that we've listened to these people all these while. And it goes back to what we were talking about with Nokazawa, like she's probably the most healthiest 88 whatever year old that we've seen in our lives.
89, yeah.
89, but then when you say that out loud, you have to be realistic. She's 89. Like she's
Yeah,
definitely at the different end of her life, like, and that could happen. I mean, it could happen at any time, like just with
right.
age wise, being 89. So,
Yep. You're whatever medium it might be in, whether it be, just have that don't think about it all the time, but just have that, that realization that time is short and the moment in which we all pass will eventually arrive and appreciate the people that have, put a smile on your face, that have brought you joy and laughter and call a friend, call your family, tell them you love them and share the moment with anybody that you can, but yeah, it's at any moment it could be us. Now, um, hopefully she makes it to, the 50-year anniversary. She'd be,
mhm.
99 at the time. And that in alone would be incredible. So hopefully she lives forever. And
Right.
but as I said, it looks like it all comes for us. But yeah, we'll
Right.
see though.
We'll see.
You
But
know, speaking of Super Saiyan 4 here in Battle of Gods, like again, I am curious if they're going to change anything for Battle of Gods because I would find it to be a very bold strategy if Beerus asks Goku after he's Super Saiyan 3 if that is basically his furthest transformation and then Goku says no, which then we're going to sit there and be like, okay, so officially at that point, like at that moment, officially I would then say that Daima is not. Like Daima is like a side story. It's a different timeline. Like officially a different timeline. Not even trying to jam it, into the main canon. It is as different as what GT is. If they don't if they say that line in Super in Beerus's remake. So
yeah, I'm like 50. I don't know how I'd feel if they just remade well, just to put that line in, because it's like it doesn't answer the fact that where's it been for the 7 years? Because even if you're like, oh, in this universe, Super Saiyan 4 it's obsolete to like Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan and Ultra Instinct, all that. That's fine, but even with that, Goku and Vegeta were still using Super Saiyan 1 and 2 and 3 made an appearance throughout Super. So it would make no sense of why Super Saiyan 4 is not shown again. Now, if they do the line where you say, like, Super Saiyan 3 is my strongest form because I've been locked out of Super Saiyan 4 because of reasons we don't know, which then leads to Daima season two, then I can get behind that.
I'll say this. Even if they say like, Goku can't turn Super Saiyan 4 for whatever, let's just say they say it's locked out. If they don't show Vegeta going Super Saiyan 3 against Beerus,
Mm,
then they have to say something about it, but who knows if they how that would turn out. So, yep.
yeah, that's a good point. We'll see.
Anyway,
We'll find out and involve Mitch, anything else?
nope, that's it for us.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. Again, thank you for tuning into the live stream. Dragon Ball is really back. Like, there's a lot of stuff coming. Video games, anime. No word on the manga, no word on a movie, but who knows what could happen from now to the next time we're back on. I'm happy for all the Dragon Ball content creators, especially the smaller ones. Now they got stuff to talk about. Now we have a whole bunch of what if stuff we could talk about leading up to stuff. And it's really cool for the first time in a while to know that we have a whole bunch of new Dragon Ball stuff on the horizon. We just gotta be patient. So
Yep.
with that being said, thank you again for tuning in the live stream last week. Thank you for listening to this, and we will be back next time. Take care. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.